I think the optics of choosing to adopt a genetically engineered dog when you're an ethical vegan is worse than bad. I think this has diminished Richard's voice on YouTube as an ethical vegan. Interestingly, the irony seems completely lost on Footsoldier here, a man unwilling to show his face suggesting I lack a backbone. Joshua Coates writes, "Wow, taking shots at someone's content. You suck, Four Eyes. You don't have to adopt the draconian ways of Gary Yourofsky. You don't have to see your family and friends as murderers." Hey guys, and welcome back to another super fresh video with yours truly, the voice of reason, right here on YouTube. So let's just get right into this one, shall we? The number of comments you guys leave for me is growing and growing. Lots of love and yes, lots of criticism.
You suck!
So it's only fair I address some of them in an open forum and expose some of you right here on YouTube. Yes, you might see your face in this video, so think twice next time before leaving a comment, will ya? Before I get into your comments, however, I want to say something I think you need to hear directly from the horse's mouth. Contrary to what some of you might believe, I never say things in my videos to pander to viewers or other YouTubers. What I say in my videos is from the heart and my head. Ta-da! Things I believe to be true. My videos reflect my personal values. I can't give you guys any more than that, and hopefully that's what you're in search of when you watch my channel, or anyone's channel on YouTube for that matter. And sometimes you'll hear me say things you disagree with, and I hope we can all be mature enough to respect our differing points of view without getting adolescent and overly triggered. After all, if you're watching this channel, we're probably a lot more alike than different. So with that said, let's get to your questions and comments. Najeev wrote, "A week ago now, please address the whole elk gate thing. Richard purchased a breeder dog instead of adopting and purchases meat every week to feed his dog. How can a vegan do this?" When this whole controversy exploded, I intentionally avoided it because, as I've said before, none of us are perfect and life is complex. Pointing fingers and saying people are fake vegans is unproductive and serves more to grow YouTube channels than anything else. So here's my view on it all since you ask. I found this quite humorous, to be quite honest, when the story broke. I think the optics of choosing to adopt a genetically engineered dog when you're an ethical vegan is worse than bad. I think this has diminished Richard's voice on YouTube as an ethical vegan, if I'm being perfectly honest. Richard admitted he believed he was doing business with a breeder right from the start and still chose to work with her against his better judgment. And why a designer dog? I think it says on page 241 of the vegan handbook that designer dogs are a no-no. And why the hell a wolf dog? I mean, the recommended diet for this breed is a barf diet, which includes meat, for God's sake. There are lots of mixed breed dogs that do very well on an entirely plant-based diet. Why not go that route instead? Now, is Richard still vegan? Of course he is. But he's not perfect and makes mistakes just like the rest of us. And I think he missed a great opportunity to connect with his viewers and say something like, "I think my judgment was off a little on this one. Nobody's perfect, including me." And it's his need to be right all the time that turns a lot of people away from his channel. I mean, I hear that a lot of the time from viewers on this channel. I love Vegan Gains, but would love the channel even more if it came with a side order of humble pie when needed. Footsoldier writes, "Right now, I think you've lost your backbone when it comes to vegan activism." Interestingly, the irony seems completely lost on Footsoldier here, a man unwilling to show his face suggesting I lack a backbone? Odd. He recorded a response to one of my recent videos, which I'll link below. I watched about 5 minutes of it. Maybe you can get through more of it, I don't know. Joshua Coates writes, "Wow, taking shots at someone's content. You suck, Four Eyes." Yes, it's sad but true, Joshua. Social media is 99% gossip, but it's fun, which is probably why you're watching us on YouTube. Reg Flowers writes, "I'm a little lost. You seem to be saying we should lead by example, but then you say the hard work is debates. Which is it?" I think veganism can be promoted in a variety of ways. My videos are intended to remind like-minded people that you don't have to be a Vegan Gains if you want to go vegan. You don't have to adopt the draconian ways of Gary Yourofsky. You don't have to see your family and friends as murderers. If you want to, then that's fine, so long as you're willing to live with the consequences of your choices. Just as someone who is less aggressive must accept the consequences of their choices. There's no right or wrong here, just choices which have unique sets of consequences. I find there are a lot of Gary Yourofsky Footsoldiers here on YouTube that simply regurgitate the same old rhetoric over and over, and that quite frankly fails to connect with a number of vegans, including me. That is why I started this channel in the first place. To represent the average everyday vegan. Real people making lots of mistakes, but doing the best that they can. South Hemi TV3 writes, I want to do an exposure video of Plan Eats, exposing vegan gains, exposing Fully Rockestrina, exposing Johnny the Goat. I want to see that video. Susanna writes, I like it when you curse, it makes you more relatable. That background has got to go though, it's shit. There you go, making me swear, Susanna. And this one's from Instagram. Lightly Used Tissue writes, I drew this of you. It's just a sketch, but I like your videos a lot and I think you're awesome. Plus, you're an awesome vegan role model, thank you. No, thank you, Lightly Used. The image is a striking likeness and I really appreciate it. There are other viewer sketches of me which I should probably share with you guys in a future video. Asteria Luna writes, I'm really into minimalism. Would you do a video on why you have so few possessions in your life? I'm interested in your thoughts. Minimalism is popular right now and is something I can relate to personally. I've never called it minimalism, but about 25 years ago I decided to simplify my life in as many ways as possible. That included little to no clutter, a limited wardrobe, an emphasis on fewer and deeper friendships instead of a lot of acquaintances, and other things like that. And the reason I did it is because I'm not terribly clever and don't do well when things are complicated. Dear Vegan asks, what do you use for sunblock? Any sunblock is better than no sunblock 12 months of the year. I buy anything that's broad spectrum and cheap. You can also get animal-friendly brands at Whole Foods and other places like that. Everyone's skin is different, so try a bunch until you get it right. Vegan writes, get a SodaStream, they're the bomb. She said this because I've admitted more than once that I'm addicted to Perrier water. Vegan, I have a SodaStream and sadly I still buy Perrier. In fact, a student of mine gave me a SodaStream as a Christmas gift. I do use it, but still buy Perrier. I know there's something wrong with me. Jelly Jones asks, what job did you hate? It was a government desk job. I was an economist. Dreadful. Life of Wife writes, I love getting life lessons from people who are older and wiser than me. As old as this comment makes me feel, I really do appreciate it. Scarface asks, are you an atheist? I don't believe in God. You could call me an atheist. You could also call me a secular humanist. It doesn't really matter to me in that regard. I think what's most important is that I consider myself a person of science. Alright guys, there's the video for today. So let me know what you guys think. If you've got some questions for me, put them down. I'd be happy to answer them in a future video. If you thought the video was the least bit interesting, consider leaving a like. I do so appreciate it. And if you haven't already, go on over to my socials down below. They're linked in the description box, especially Instagram. I post on a regular basis. And I look forward to seeing you right back here in a few days' time for another super fresh video.